You are Jericho Cross, gunslinger, renegade, outlaw. Behind you, a bloody trail of robbery and revenge. Ahead of you, one last train to rob. Tonight, your life will end, and your legend will begin.
I see you out there, infected, dangling to life. Even if you do survive that bite, you won't survive long. There's monsters out there. I think the best thing to do, Shad, give me that neck, girl. You guys already know what time it is. You guys already know what season it is. I took a trip down memory lane, and I revisited a game I never got to finish back in the day. And that game is Darkwatch, which came out in 2005, where you play as a vampire, pistol-toting gunslinger. I am here to tell you a couple of reasons why you should go play Darkwatch. Right off the back, this game is a mix of Van Helsing, Red Dead, and Doom. So you already know this game's gonna be off the chain. I played this game on the second to hardest difficulty because you always gotta get a little challenge in. I really enjoyed this game. It was a nice, compact horror action shooter with a pretty good over-the-top story.
It's our job to find him, or at least kill whatever killed him. I'll scout it.
Man, I love it when she leaves, just to watch her walk away.
Hell yeah, brother. Darkwatch really shines in its gameplay and its combat. This game is all about that action and looking badass when you get into that action. The game is definitely not scared to show you some blood and gore too, so for all you people that like that type of stuff, it's in it. The game varies its gameplay a little bit. There's sometimes you're riding a horse, you might be riding in a vehicle, sometimes you gotta kill all the enemies to progress, sometimes you gotta glaze a certain thing that's spawning enemies, or sometimes you might just have to hit a whole bunch of switches. And of course your occasional boss fights. There's even a segment in the game where you no longer have a gun and you have to rely on a melee weapon. Darkwatch actually has a decent amount of variety when it comes to weapons. Some have alternate shooting methods, some don't. Some are really good against certain type of enemies, and then others are trash. Some good melees, some okay melees. So it's your job to figure out what's good with what. I will say this game's horizontal axis feels a little weird and kind of slow. Could be how I'm just playing the game, but it makes up for it with the game's melee. The melee in this game is so strong. In this game, you have two special skill sets that you can upgrade. Your unholy moves or your holy moves. You can upgrade these skill sets either by sending somebody's essence off, or you can devour their essence, and you can either cure somebody's bite, or you can just eat them. You guys already know what's going on. Hey, Shad, give me that neck! Both skill sets actually have some really good abilities. My favorite one from the holy side is Silver Bullet, which just gives you additional bullet damage. In some situations, you need that. And my favorite one from the unholy side is U-Turn, which makes enemies fight along your side for a limited amount of time. The gameplay actually begins to get very fast paced once you get like midway in the game, and you have to piece all your skills together. Like you're going to be shooting and meleeing, then you're going to be jumping and then throwing grenades to get distance back and blowing up a large crowd of people. Then you're going to be popping your special abilities to deal with tougher enemies. When you put all your skill sets together and it translates to gameplay, you're going to be pulling off some saucy ass stuff, and the gameplay is going to look really nice. The game does hit you with a couple of curveballs too. Since you're a vampire, you're weak to sunlight. Those missions where you're in the daylight, you lose access to all your vampire abilities and your shield. I will say in this game you do have a double jump, and your second jump is very floaty. It's just kind of awkward sometimes. It's like you stay in the air too long. But it does help you too. It helps you maneuver a lot. Speaking of awkward moments.
Great to see you, Cross.
Tala, are you good? You just turned into some famous Days baby back ribs right in front of me and worth back. Eat a Snickers, you're tweaking. Since I played this game on the second to hardest difficulty, the last couple of levels actually got like mad hard. Like there was a couple of checkpoints that took me like 10 plus tries to get past. The game actually has like a head peek mechanic, and towards the last couple of levels I actually found myself using them. There's definitely a good, decent amount of different enemy variations in this game. They're all unique and they have their own different animations. Some of these enemies be having their own character too. You gotta love some of these animations that they put into the game. Whether you slap the skeleton's arms off and he's standing there saying what to do with himself, or a banshee's running up on you and you have to give her that good slap. The banshees are just so annoying too. Like, I seen them tank rockets and then they can eat a lot of ammo too, but they weak to melees. So are you gonna continue to keep listening to me convince you to play this game? Or are you gonna go out and revisit it, or go get it somewhere and play it? Because if so,
Giddy up, cowboy.
if you like this video and the content that's in it, make sure you check out my Spooky Season 2020 playlist, because it's a whole bunch of content just like this. So you guys already know what time it is. It's Perkspective, and vibe out.